Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you. I have been realizing that I don't have any excitement left and no passion.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Then why did you come today?
Because when I heard the name Bashar, I went, oh, okay.
So you mean you had some excitement
Yes.
left?
But
But you just said you had no excitement. But then all of a sudden you had excitement.
well, that's because you appeared.
Well, but I can't create that in you.
Yes, that's true.
You must have chosen to be excited.
Let me rephrase that then. I really don't seem to have a direction in my life or what I want to do or a passion for anything.
Oh, all right. So what do you want to do about that?
I would like to know how to get the fire back, the passion back.
Why do you want to know that?
Because otherwise there's really no reason for me to be on the planet.
Well, sure there is. Otherwise you wouldn't be. Believe me, this is not a mystery. This is not a mystery. It is not part of the agreement that you can in any way, shape, or form fool. If it is time for you to not be on the planet, all you have to do is lie down, close your eyes, and say, it's time for me to go. If you can open your eyes 10 seconds later, it's not time for you to go, or you would have gone. If you're not gone, it's not time for you to be gone. There is no accident about that. It's a perfect orchestration.
I understand.
So if you're where you are on the planet, there's a reason for it.
Correct.
Now, so what you are saying is you are attempting to figure out or how to invent or realize or recognize that reason or give yourself that reason.
Right.
All right. Now,
Thank you.
the very fact that you are asking for that
Right.
means you have passion, because that's what you're passionate about. Finding that passion. You understand?
Yes.
All right, so you have passion. This is similar to the idea we said before and in another variation where people think, oh, I'm only using 10% of my brain. No, you're using 100% of your brain to make it seem as if you're only using 10% of your brain. You are right now using your passion to make it seem as if you have to discover your passion. And that's exciting because you're putting mystery into it. You're interpreting it with belief systems in a way that makes you experience it lethargically or depressively, but that's what you're actually doing. You are hiding things from yourself and creating a mystery that requires discovery. You're taking yourself on a detective journey to discover your passion. All you need to do is approach this from a more positive point of view with positive definitions, and suddenly you will find that it will not be depressing or sad. It will suddenly be that you are presented with a very interesting mystery to completely redefine yourself from scratch and really find out who you are. This is the task and the challenge you have set for yourself, is to be your own detective novel. And find out who you are, look for the clues, get curious, explore the mystery, see how this goes with that or that goes with this, and why did that happen, and what does that mean, and what meaning am I putting into this? And approach it that way, and you will find that that journey will be very, very engaging indeed. So the approach is really what needs to shift here, not the idea of finding your passion. Your passion is to find yourself through mystery. You just need to change your approach to the idea that that's what you need to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But
It's like I have no drive to do it.
But you don't need drive.
And I resist. I try.
all right, now you're on to something.
Okay.
The resistance tells you that there is energy there. And again, the only reason you're experiencing the energy as resistance is because of the definitions that you have. Do you have any curiosity about yourself at all?
Yes.
What?
The original self. That
The-
I know that I'm much
all right.
more than I am.
Then that's all it takes. The curiosity will create the drive. Just maintain the balance in the curiosity energy. Maintain a presence in curiosity to find out who the original you is. That's the detective mystery. You don't need drive. Curiosity will do it. It will bring into your life circumstances that will arouse your curiosity further, and you will then take steps. Don't think about it as needing drive. Just remain curious about who you are as openly as you can, and it will start a momentum rolling. One moment. Is there any place on your planet that you would rather be physically?
I've been asking myself that, and
What has come up? Don't edit it.
okay.
What has come up? Don't put conditions on it. Well, I've been thinking about going there, but I could never do that, or I don't have enough drive to do. Don't edit it.
Okay, Italy.
What? Italy. Why?
It's just the green and the peacefulness of it.
Oh, and it has nothing to do at all with the fact that that country on your planet is primarily known for passion, is it? Where in Italy would you like to go first?
I really don't know. I've just seen videos of the aerial
Yes.
over it, and it's beautifully green and old. And
Yes.
yeah.
All right. So when will you go to Italy? Because you're giving yourself a sign that the vibration that you need to be in is part of the process of truly discovering yourself. Remember, when we talk about the idea of acting on your excitement, it's a whole picture. It's not just what you do, it's also where you do it. That's part of the whole picture. If you are attempting to do your excitement in a place that's not representative of your excitement, you're not doing your excitement.
Yeah.
So if you know that Italy is a place that represents something that is more you, then by all means, go there. And you will see that something will happen that will help you continue that journey of finding who you are. So when will you go to Italy?
I have no idea.
When will you go?
I don't know.
Do you want to go?
Yes.
Well, are you willing to allow your life to synchronistically show you that you can go?
Yes.
All right, that's a start.
That was a struggle.
Be willing to allow into your life something to come in that will show you you can easily get there. Don't put any assumptions or expectations on how people tell you are the only ways you can possibly get there. Well, you have to have this, and you have to have that, and you have to have this. There are people sitting in the room with you right now that never let anything like logic stop them. They simply allow themselves to know that they can put it out, that that's what they desire, and they then get other people to respond in a way that supports that dream. So just put it out that that's where you want to go. In all the ways that you can, share that information with people as you have done here today. Act on whatever opportunities may present themselves that carry at least some degree of, if not excitement, at least curiosity. You can start that as a form of baby excitement. Follow it, act on it, see where it leads. It will probably lead you very quickly to Italy. Don't assume you cannot get there. Because if that's what's enticing you, if that's what's calling you, the call lets you know you will get there if you simply move in the direction that presents itself. All right?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes.
All right. And anything else?
Is where I belong in this earth.
Do you mean the physical location again? Or your place
Yes.
as a person?
Yes.
Wherever you want. However you want. You belong or you wouldn't be.
I understand that.
But what is it that makes you sad?
I don't feel like belong anywhere.
Anywhere at all?
Right.
All right. Now, you understand, we have said that if you have the feeling that you don't belong, then you have the belief that you don't.
Yes.
Where did that belief come from? Who did it come from? Did it come from your mother? Did it come from your father?
I haven't gone into that one yet.
Perhaps
I don't know the answer.
you ought to.
Okay.
Find someone who can assist you to find out who fed you the belief that you don't belong anywhere. When you begin that journey, you will realize it's just a belief you've been fed, and it's a belief you swallowed.
Right.
It's time to let it out.
Right.
Because it's not empirically true. Because if it was, believe me, you wouldn't be here. You couldn't be.
I understand that. But
I know you say you understand it, but what you need to do is understand
Right.
it.
I understand.
And so, find out where the belief comes from. If you understand that your feeling stems from a belief, find out where the belief came from so that you can deal with it. All right?
Yes.
I'm not saying it will be easy, but begin that journey. And more quickly than you can possibly imagine, you may find yourself standing on the shores of Italy.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
In all ways, both literal and metaphorical, because that's where you belong. All right?
Thank you.
And again, remember, you're not alone. There are many who are helping you, whether you know it or not. So, find out. All right?
Thank you.
Begin your journey this way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
Thank you so much for sharing your information with us.
And thank you as well.
What message which comes from diagram
Which
was
diagram?
that 12 circles was like a spiral?
You mean the 19 circle?
Oh, 19 circles,
All
yeah,
right.
spiral.
Yes.
That I signed contract which I will experience in my presence on earth, that I'm not going to be loved.
No.
No?
No. Not this life. Those contracts have expired in the cycle of human experience. You have signed a contract that may make you go through the experience of believing that you're not going to be loved, but the contract is not written so that you actually won't be loved. Only that you will go through the experience of doubting that you will.
Oh, I see.
Oh, good.
But thanks. But what comes to me that, anyways, if I just go through experience or I sign contract, that I attract to myself situation in my life
Yes.
that prove to me that I'm not loved, even though I know
All right.
for I love.
But again, proof is subjective, and you create the proof.
Right.
So you're just reinforcing the idea of going through the experience of proving to yourself that you will not be loved, but that's not true. You have to look beyond the illusion you are creating for yourself. You must shift your gears and go from the illusion of power and shift to the power of the illusion. You are finding yourself lost in the illusion of power. You are believing that the reality is real. It's not. You must use the power of the illusion by knowing it's only as real as you believe it to be. So what you're going through in creating proof that you are not loved can easily be, once again, contradicted by the fact that you exist. Because if you really were not loved on any level whatsoever, you wouldn't exist. The universe would not support you. You couldn't exist. Now, through the idea of the experience of what you might call the expression of human love,
Yes.
you will go through the idea of doubting that it can be possible for you. But that's the experience you're going through, is doubting that it can be possible, and because you doubt it, you will create proof that it's not possible, because every belief system is self-reinforcing. Otherwise, you couldn't experience it as a reality. If your beliefs were not self-reinforcing and self-perpetuating, you would not be able to have any particular experience in physical reality. So if you create the belief that it's not possible for you to be loved, you have to understand that within that belief, a component of the mechanism of that belief will be the proof that you're right. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to really fully experience what you have created. But you have created it. It's not real. Once you understand that, you will move out of it. And you will see that, of course, you can be loved and will be loved in this life. But your journey is to prove that to yourself. Just as you are proving that you can't be loved. You must now understand that if you can prove you can't be loved, you can just as easily prove that you can.
Yes, you're right, because my guides, they keep saying me that I can express myself just through unconditional love and spread it all over me and just express it to the world.
And again, the paradox is you don't do that in order to get someone else to reflect it back to you. You do it because that's who you are. And when you do it because that's who you are, others will not be able to help but reflect it back to you. But don't do it to get the reflection. Do it because that's just who you are, and you have no other choice but to be that you. That's a critical secret. The point of the idea of desire and what you choose is that you choose to be these people because you have no other choice. You must be that person. There is no other choice. So, you decide. Be the person who absolutely has the brilliance and the capacity to absolutely prove you cannot be loved, or choose to be the person who knows beyond a shadow of a doubt you can prove just as easily that you can be loved.
Right.
It's up to you. There is no reality other than what you believe it to be. There is nothing outside you. There is no outside. Nothing is happening to you. It can't. It can only happen through you, because you are all there is in your reality.
But
what's
interesting that this thought just came to me during this meditation, and I've never thought about it before. So
good. That means it's working. It means it's bringing up issues. It means it's putting you in touch with belief systems that you can change. So very good. You've used the tool well. It's put you in touch with something you need to deal with. So congratulations. Now you can deal with it. But when it comes up, don't apply the old belief system and say, oh, now that belief system that I don't prefer has come up, I'm stuck with it. No, apply the tools again and recognize it's just a belief system, and you can use the same tools that brought it to your attention to change it.
Right.
Because that's all it is, a belief.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So.
Why, thank you. Does that help you?
Yes, thank you so much.
Well,
I have a short question.
Yes.
Can you comment on raising kids and behaving in a family between parents and especially teenagers?
Well, that's quite a comprehensive subject on your planet. The idea that we will simply say in general, of course, is to understand that what you typically call adults on your planet actually are still children for the most part. And therefore they are raising children and not really capable of showing them what adults should actually act like. So what do you expect? But to simply perpetuate more children who themselves don't know how to actually raise children into adulthood.
So just let them be themselves?
No, not let them be themselves in a chaotic way. Teach them who they really are so they can then be their true selves. Do you understand the difference?
But if we don't know who we are...
But you can learn to. Raise yourself, then you can raise the children.
Right.
You understand? I'm just giving you a broad overview because it's a very deep subject that right now in your time frame we don't have time to go deeply into. But generally speaking, you must raise yourself so you can truly raise children into adulthood. But you have to bring yourselves up. One of the strong ways you could do this, if you have any recognition at all is to recognize that the idea is to nurture what the child's natural talents are in a number of given ways and let them interact and participate in the idea of how to express their talent rather than attempting to push them and mold them into a box. To teach them, let them teach you how they would actually learn best by calling upon what excites them and formulating the things you think they need to learn in terms they're excited to interact with. So you're speaking their language as a person. Don't force them to learn a language they don't understand. Teach them what you want to teach them in a language they do understand, which means a style of approach that represents how they express their excitement in life, and convert all the things you think it's important for them to understand into those terms so they will be excited about learning those things, because once you convert it into their terms, they can relate to it and see how it applies in terms of living a loving, fulfilling life. Does that make sense?
Yes. So if for some reason I don't like the behavior or how my kid is acting,
yes,
I have to just
engage them in a conversation and allow them to explain the reasons why. Help them learn how to get in touch with the reasons why they are choosing that behavior. Because when you allow them to tell you, when you help them get in touch with the reasons why they are displaying that behavior, they will be able to explain to you why they made that choice. And you can discuss with them the concept of choices and consequences and let them understand that you treat them as an intelligent being that learns the difference and understands the concept that there are consequences to choices, and let them understand they don't have to make choices that society says they have to make, that they can learn how to expand beyond society's definitions to make choices that will truly allow them to express who they are in life, and they can live fully by doing so. But it will take perhaps learning on both of your parts. You may have to raise each other.
Thank you so much.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
Well, we love you. So thank you.
Thank you.